Get into it here. This one goes out to Megan Irish. The Atlantic was born today, and I'll tell you how. The clouds above opened up and let it out. I was standing on the surface of a perforated sphere when the water filled every hole. Thousands upon thousands made an ocean, making islands where no island should go. Oh no. Most people were overjoyed. They took to their boats. I thought it less like a lake and more like a moat. The rhythm of my footsteps crossing flatlands to your door have been silent forevermore. And the distance is quite simply much too far for me to row. It seems farther than ever before. Oh no, I need you so much closer. 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 So come on, come on. 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 I think that might be the first ever acoustic guitar cover. Not cover, but definitely the first time I ever played it on acoustic. I kind of played around with it on piano, but it didn't feel right in this particular setting. As promised, we're going to dig into some deep cuts here, guys. The next song I'm going to play is a request from Jack Deliso 2024. I'm saying that all right. This is a song I think we might have played it once or twice live in the Plans era, but it kind of fell off pretty quickly. I'm not quite sure why. But I'm going to give it a go here. This might be the first time I've played this in definitely 15 years. So go easy on me here. All right. I once knew a girl in the years of my youth, with eyes like the summer, all beauty and truth. In the morning I fled, I left a note and it read, someday you will be loved. I cannot pretend that I felt any regret, 'cause each broken heart will eventually mend, just as the blood runs red down the needle and thread. Someday you will be loved. You'll be loved, like you never have known. And the memories of me will seem more like bad dreams, just a series of blurs, like I never occurred. Someday you will be loved. You may feel alone when you're falling asleep, every time tears roll down your cheeks. But I know your heart belongs to someone you've yet to meet. Someday you will be loved. You'll be loved, like you never have known. And the memories of me will seem more like bad dreams, just a series of blurs, like I never occurred. Someday you will be loved. You'll be loved, like you never have known. And the memories of me will seem more like bad dreams, just a series of blurs, like I never occurred. Someday you will be loved. Someday you will be loved. That went a lot better than I thought it was going to go. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't play that one. I think maybe I feel like when we were doing it live, it kind of, there was a lot of moving parts involved. I think we were only 4 people at that time, and I think we had 4 sets of hands, and I think we needed 5 sets of hands to play that properly. But yeah, I kind of dig it. It's been a while since I played that one. Thanks for the request. In 2003, put out an EP. My friend Andrew Kenny from the band American Analog Set, who are still one of my favorite bands of all time, and we became really good friends with those guys. They were one of our first kind of kindred spirits. Band of kindred spirits. We met them in 1999, and we just got on really well. So Kenny, the singer of that band, and I did an EP, a split EP together, and played a couple songs from it over the course of the last week or so. But I'm going to play another one here. This one goes out to Joe Irwin Photography. I can't begin to compete with you. Everyone knows I know you know it too. It's a complicated fear that grows with every year, and it's walking on its own finally. All I can offer are farmer chords, these simple lines, and you painted in words. You can sing this when alone, whistle it through your teeth, and it will feel like home, no matter how far you'll be from my lonely arms outstretched, just beyond your reach, singing, ooh, 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 baby, please. I can't begin to compete with you. Everyone knows I know you know it too. It's a complicated fear that grows with every year, and it's walking on its own finally. I think that might be the most some of the most I've ever stolen from Elliott Smith in that song. I was listening to the recorded version to kind of relearn it. It's been a while since I played it. And when those drums come in, I'm like, oh, that sounds like Elliott Smith. So I guess I accomplished what I was going for. Okay. I'm going to play a song by the Postal Service now. I'm going to play this song for another great Instagram handle, Professional Nobody. This one goes out to you. This place is a prison. These people aren't your friends. Inhaling thrills through $20 bills, and tumblers are drained and then flooded again and again. Guards at the on-ramps, armed to the teeth. You may case the grounds from the Cascades to Puget Sound, but you are not permitted to leave. I know there's a big world out there like the one that I saw on the screen. My living room late last night, it was almost too bright to see. And I know that it's not the party if it happens every night, pretending there's glamour and candelabra while you're drinking by candlelight. What does it take to get a drink in this place? What does it take? How long must I wait? What does it take to get a drink in this place? What does it take? How long must I wait? How long must I wait? So I don't know if you guys, where you guys are listening from, but here in Washington State, we just went into a version of lockdown yesterday. The governor came on TV, told everybody to stay in their homes, except for essential purposes, such as going to the grocery store, or going to the pharmacy, or going out to go for a walk or run or ride a bike. So I was like, trying to figure out how I was going to train for multiple ultra marathons that have been canceled in the last 2 weeks, running around my yard. So I've been getting up really early before the sun comes up, going out with a headlamp and running, try to steer clear people. And it's weird. It's eerie out there. But it's what has to happen right now, unfortunately. Okay, let's do a tune, and then as we do every day here, why don't you guys have any questions? Why don't you line them up, and we'll knock some out. In 2004, I believe it was 4. That sounds about right. I went to Brussels, Belgium, to do some music with my friend Arnie, who records under the name Styrofoam, and we did this tune together. It was a whirlwind trip. I flew from Seattle to Brussels, which is a very long ways, for 48 hours, and flew home. And I don't remember a lot of the stuff we did because I was just so jet lagged, but somehow we ended up with this song out of it. This one goes out to Young M7. The song is entitled "Couches and Alleys." It's on one of Arnie's records. So it goes like this. Hey Jack, it's me. I don't mean to bother you, but something's been on my mind. At the end of this road that climbs the horizon will be reached in a matter of miles. When the wheels cease to spin, the walls and the fences will grow taller than redwood trees. And I know your demise, and I fear what will happen when the road fails to flow under me, to flow under me. Oh Jack, you see, I felt like your mirror with the wind whipping through my hair. When the wheels ceased to spin and I cased my surroundings, I realized I hadn't gone anywhere. And the problems I'd left were couches and alleys that no one would ever claim. And the hardest part was sifting through the pieces of the rain-soaked and rotten remains when I got home. When I got home. When I got Hey Jack, it's me. I don't mean to bother you, but something's been on my mind. Hey Jack, it's me. I don't mean to bother you, but something's been on my mind. Been on my mind. Kind of short and sweet without all the electronics. All right, here. What do you guys want to know? Let's see. Somebody'd like to know how much musical theory you're thinking about when you're writing. Virtually none. Virtually none. I don't really know that stuff. There's like, it's kind of in the back of my mind somewhere. I kind of tend to use a lot of the same chords. Yeah, it's not really my bag. I respect people that know that stuff, but I learned piano when I was a kid, but yeah, I don't remember a lot of that stuff. Anna Yenrick asks, please tell the story of your Dick's Drive-In Marathon. Okay, so this might be a little bit of a longer story. So here in Seattle, we have a number of hamburger restaurants they're called Dick's Drive-In. They're kind of like our version of an In-N-Out. They're like a dirty burger. And maybe 4 years ago, a couple of friends and I decided it would be really fun to connect all 6 of them, which ended up being around a marathon, about 26 miles on foot running. And we had a rule that you had to eat a burger and fries at every location. And long story short, it ended up very badly. It was a very bad idea. It didn't feel good at all. And I haven't eaten Dick's since for a number of reasons. But yeah, it was one of those things where if anybody's ever run a marathon, even a half marathon, an ultra marathon, you go through some rough patches, but then things get better. And in this case, it just got worse and worse and worse. And I felt horrible for about 48 hours. So it was like my little mini version of Super Size Me. And yeah, it was a bad idea. I wouldn't do that. Somebody asks, what sport is referenced in Nothing Better? Nothing Better is a song by the Postal Service. I believe what you're referring to is when it says something about a goalie tending the net in the third quarter. In my mind, I was thinking about hockey, but I know that in hockey, it's periods, not quarters. So I took some very flagrant artistic license in needing the rhyme. I had to change it to quarter. But a number of people have come up to me since and are not happy about that. They need answers, and I get it. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I needed the rhyme, so I kind of went with it. Somebody asks, Nikki Mau Mau asked me, what do you think of the song "Ben's My Friend" by Sun Kill Moon? I love it. I tripped out when I first heard it, but there's something you guys need to know about Mark Koslick. We've known each other for a very long time, hence the song "Ben's My Friend." But when he sent me his new record, which was Benji, which is one of the greatest records of the last 10 years, I'm convinced. He called me up and he's like, hey, Ben, I want to send you my new record. I think you're really going to like it. I'm like, yeah, great. That sounds awesome. Please send it my way. And then he sent me the record. And then as I was listening to the record, I got to the song "Ben's My Friend" and I recognized that it was about me. And I found it very odd that he had not told me there was a song about me on the record. If I had written a song about Mark, I would have been like, hey, Mark, I want to send you my new record. Oh, and by the way, the last song's about you. But that's just kind of not how Mark works. So we've had kind of a number of those weird, like, little communication snafus. But I love it. I think it's a great tune. Let's see. Okay, let's do 2 more here. Let's see. What is your dream collaboration? Oh man, what would my dream collaboration be? Man, that is a really good question. I think you might as well shoot high, right? I think I'll just say Paul McCartney. I've never met a Beatle before, but I think if you're going to shoot for a collaboration, you might as well go to the top. Let's go to like the main guy, right? So I would have to say Paul McCartney. I don't know what he would need me for. But if anybody out there can hook that up, like, let him know. Let him know that I'm down. All right, last one here. Let's find a good one. Let's find a good one here. What do you got here? Okay. Let's see, give me a good question, guys. What's the last job you had before DCFC became your job? That's from Jonathan Rogers. The last job I had was working for a company here in Seattle called Committee for Children. This was in 2000, the year 2000. And both Nick from Death Cab and I worked in their warehouse, just doing shipping and receiving. And the work they did was, it was a nonprofit that did, anti-bullying and anti-violence campaign stuff for kids, like for schools. So, in that sense, it was a good job. They let us tour, and, they were very supportive, and we weren't making any money, and we would go away for a couple of weeks, and they were very cool about it, which is the dream job when you're, a musician on the bubble. You're just making enough money to kind of get by, but not enough to really make a living. Having a job like that is paramount, that they can, you find a place that will let you tour and come back. And in the fall of 2000, we got our first royalty check from Barsuk Records that was just enough money to pay rent for a couple months until we went on tour again. So we were kind of like, all right, I guess we're going to dive into it. Let's kind of see what happens. And that job, which was a temp job, was ending. So it was kind of like, all right, let's see what happens. And yeah, that was the last straight job I had. That was 20 years ago. I feel very, very fortunate that that's the case. Okay. Let's jump back into the music here. Here's a song by the Postal Service. It goes out to ProSic 3. I don't think I've ever done this acoustic, so we'll see how this goes. Last week I had the strangest dream, where everything was exactly how it seemed, where there was never any mystery of who shot John F. Kennedy. It was just a man with something to prove, slightly bored and severely confused. He steadied his rifle with his target in the center and became famous on that day in November. Don't wake me, I plan on sleeping. 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 Again last night I had that strange dream, where everything was exactly how it seemed. No concerns about the world getting warmer. People thought that they were just being rewarded for treating others as they'd like to be treated, for obeying stop signs and curing diseases, for mailing letters with the address of the sender. Now we can swim any day in November. Now we can swim any day in November. Don't wake me, I plan on sleeping in. Don't wake me, I plan on sleeping. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it's dry. Don't wake me, I plan on sleeping in. Don't wake me, I plan on sleeping. Ooh. Ooh. Don't wake me, I plan on sleeping in. Don't wake me, I plan on sleeping. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Come over here with me, shall we? Song goes out to Mike and Cammie. Squeaky swings and tall grass, the longest shadows ever cast. The water's warm and children swim. We frolicked about in our summer skin. I don't recall a single care, just greenery and humid air. Then Labor Day came and went, and we shed what was left of our summer skin. On the night you left, I came over, and we peeled the freckles from our shoulders. Our brand new coats were so flushed and pink, and I knew your heart I couldn't win, 'cause the seasons change was a conduit, and we'd left our love in our summer skin. And it came to me then that every plan is a tiny prayer to Father Time. As I stared in my shoes, in the eyes see you that reeked of piss and formaldehyde. And I rationed my breaths as I said to myself that I'd already taken too much today. As each descending peak on the LCD took you a little farther away from me, away from me. Amongst the vending machines in your old magazines, in a place where we only say goodbye, it's felt like a violent wind that our memories depend on a faulty camera in our minds. And I knew that you were truth I would rather lose than to have never laid inside at all. And I looked around at all the eyes on the ground as the TV entertained itself, 'cause there was no comfort in the waiting. Just nervous spacers bracing for bad news. And then the nurse comes round, and everyone lifts their heads. But I'm thinking of what Sam said. Love is watching someone die. So who's gonna watch you die? 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 You guys all good? Everybody all right? Okay, what else to play here? So I've been constructing these sets along the way to try to avoid crossover, to kind of, try to play new stuff every day. But we're starting to hit a point now, certainly as we're getting up into these records, that we'll start kind of revisiting some of these tunes that we played maybe earlier in the week. Because this is the 8th show, I believe. This is the 8th or the 7th. It's a week. It's been a week. And I don't want to go too deep into the catalog, especially if there's tunes that you guys might have missed the first time around. So I'm going to play this one that I played, I think, Saturday, because it is apropos of this era. Yeah. Glove compartment isn't accurately named, and everybody knows it, so I'm proposing a swift, orderly change. It's behind its door. There's nothing to keep my fingers warm, and all I find are souvenirs from better times before the gleam of your taillights fading east to find yourself a better life. I was searching for some legal document. The rain beat down on the hood when I stumbled upon pictures I tried to forget. And that's how this idea drilled into my head. 'Cause it's too important to stay the way it's been. But there's no blame for how our love did slowly fade. And now that it's gone, it's like it wasn't there at all. Here I rest, where disappointment and regret collide, lying awake at night. There's no blame for how our love did slowly fade. Now that it's gone, it's like it wasn't there at all. And here I rest, where disappointment and regret collide, lying awake at night, all night, when I'm lying awake at night. Oh, you know, I forgot. I made a big mistake last night. I forgot to mention yesterday's sponsor, which was the White Center Food Bank. But what is so fucking awesome is that even though I forgot to mention it on the show, you know, we put it out on the socials and everything. They received over $2,000 in donations from some of you, and man, that when I heard that just really blew my mind. I really am so grateful to you guys for coughing up your hard-earned money in these kind of trying times. Which brings me to today's sponsor. Currently, there is a GoFundMe going right now, and it's on. It's probably beneath here somewhere in the socials. The hospital staff at the University of Washington is working incredibly hard, battling COVID-19, and there's a wonderful restaurant here in town that Rachel and I frequent often down in Pioneer Square called the Linden Plain, and they have offered, they have set up a GoFundMe to feed people that are currently working at the University of Washington. And Rachel and I donated some money. And if you live in the area, or even if you don't, but if you live in the area, you understand to an extent how crazy the hospitals here in Seattle especially are. I mean, this is ground zero for the American outbreak, so to speak. And these men and women who are working there are doing incredible work. So if you're enjoying the set and you have even a couple bucks to throw their way, so we can kind of get them some good food and in a way say thank you for all their hard work, I would very much appreciate it, and I'm sure they would as well. All right, so we're going to do two more here. I don't know if I ever played this one acoustic before, but we got a lot of requests for it. This one goes out to Smile Ash. Starting to lose my voice a little bit. I don't think I've played this many shows in a row in a very long time, but I think I'm going to make it through. We got a whole nother week, guys. If I could open my arms and span the length of the Isle of Manhattan, I'd bring it to where you are, making a lake of the East River and Hudson. If I could open my mouth wide enough for a marching band to march out, they would make your name sing, bend through alleys and bounce off all the buildings. Wish we could open our eyes to see in all directions at the same time. Oh, what a beautiful view. If you were never aware of what was around you, and it is true what you said, that I live like a hermit in my own head. When the sun shines again, I'll pull the curtains and blinds to let the light in. Sorrow drips into your heart through a pinhole, just like a faucet that leaks, and there is comfort in the sound, while you debate half empty or half full. It slowly rises, your love is gonna. Sorrow drips into your heart through a pinhole, just like a faucet that leaks, and there is comfort in the sound, while you debate half empty or half full. It slowly rises, your love is gone. Sorrow drips into your heart through a pinhole, just like a faucet that leaks, and there is comfort in the sound, while you debate half empty or half full. It slowly rises, your love is gonna drown. 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 All right, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. If I didn't get to your request from this era, you can keep harassing me about it. I'm not harassing you. You can keep asking. Some of you are harassing now. No, everybody's been very kind. And we got to play some deep cuts today, which I like. So for tomorrow, I guess you might know where this is going at this point. Tomorrow we'll do 2006 through 2011. That will include Narrow Stairs. It will include One Fast Move or I'm Gone, the record I made with Jay Farrar. It'll include Codes and Keys, and a couple of other little odds and ends in there as well. So, and of the Open Door EP, of course. So if you guys have a request for a song that I haven't played yet, especially if I haven't played it yet, but even if I already have, send it my way. We'll get this out on all the proper channels so you guys know where to ask for what you want. And once again, thanks for coming by. Played this one maybe 3 days ago, but I think this seems like the best time to play it again. Love of mine, someday you will die, but I'll be close behind. I'll follow you into the dark. No blinding lights or tunnels to gates of white. Just our hands clasped both tight, waiting for the hint of a spark. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the notes on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I'll follow you into the dark. In Catholic school, as vicious as Roman rule, I got my knuckles bruised by a lady in black. I held my tongue as she told me, son, fear is the heart of love. So I never went back. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the notes on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I'll follow you into the dark. You and me have seen everything to see, from Bangkok to Calgary. And the soles of your shoes are all worn down. The time for sleep is now, but it's nothing to cry about, 'cause we'll hold each other soon in the blackest of rooms. And if heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the notes on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I'll follow you into the dark. And I'll follow you into the dark. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming by. This has been a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this. I hope you guys are as well. So tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel.